It was bombs away last night down at CBP, right? Home run last night down at CBP. It's been a while since we got a chance to watch a baseball game like that. Spike, can't wait until our man Jackie Baseball dives into this. Jackie Baseball, holla at your boy.
How we doing? Missed everyone yesterday.
Oh, miss you too, Jack.
Yeah, listen, it's just good to see your guys' bright and shiny faces.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm going to miss not seeing Buzz staring at me waiting for his chance to talk, but I think we'll get by today. And by the way, he is also Jackie's not only Jackie Baseball. Tomorrow, hopefully, he's Jackie Tennis.
Oh,
yeah, Jackie Volleys.
Jackie McEnroe.
Yeah. A lot of nicknames.
Yeah,
a lot of nicknames. Jackie, hopefully, over the net.
Jackie Agassi.
Jack and Row over there.
Oh,
There it is. Oh, come on.
Not bad.
Come on. Well, we'll see if it's too hot or too cloudy or whatever. But
apparently the air quality is horrible.
There it is. There it is.
Again, we're thinking of everyone else. I support whatever decision the station makes.
Well, it is a big show again. Today is day 2 of Mount Rushmore week. We will have Mount Rushmores for you at 30 past every hour. But the big one, the one that you voted on at home and we voted on, the Phillies Mount Rushmore, comes out at 2:30. Elliott Shore Parks joins us for an hour at 3. But we do have to start. The main thing is that baseball game last night. And, I had something that I had to really, really think about last night. Because it was an amazing night from Kyle Schwarber, and it's been an amazing season from Kyle Schwarber. 40 home runs, on pace for Ryan Howard's Phillies record, hit one in the third deck last night. But when I really started to think was when the MVP chants started. And the first thing I thought with the MVP chance is, here is the chance to take down Ohtani. I was annoyed with Ohtani's MVP last year. Imagine a Philly taking down Shohei Ohtani this year. Us leading the charge to the Kyle Schwarber MVP would be a great feeling. I personally have tried to lead campaigns for Embiid MVPs. We finally got one there. It would be a great feeling. But then I start to think about why I didn't think Shohei Ohtani should win the MVP last year, and why I don't think Shohei Ohtani should win the MVP this year. And that is because he is a designated hitter. And I do not believe in baseball you can be the most valuable player if 95% of the time during the game you are sitting in the dugout watching the game. So I had to think to myself, do I help with this campaign for Schwarber to win MVP,
right?
To take down Ohtani,
get some wind at the sails.
Yes, positive vibes.
PVOs. That's what we do on this show.
But what is most important to me has always been that I have a coherent moral code. I believe what I believe. So my official statement is on the 2025 National League MVP is that even though I love the player, even though he's having a great season, I do not believe Kyle Schwarber should be the MVP in the National League, just like I don't think Shohei Ohtani should be the MVP of the National League. A designated hitter should not be the most valuable player. The most valuable player you have cannot be sitting on the bench for 95% of the game. When you play a position, even if you're only average at that position, you are at least taking up. Like, the team doesn't have to find a center fielder if you play center field. They don't have to find a third baseman if you play third base. Kyle Schwarber has been very valuable for the Phillies. Yeah. He cannot be the most valuable player. I don't care if it's Pete Crow Armstrong. I don't care if it's Manny Machado. It has to be a guy who plays the field, in my opinion. So while I love Kyle Schwarber, I cannot get behind a Kyle Schwarber for MVP campaign. I just can't do it.
You done?
I can't do it.
You done?
I can't do it. Yeah.
Wrong as usual.
Yes. No,
well, not as usual lately. Even.
Well,
yeah.
Come on. Here and there. Yeah, I have my times.
Yeah, you're completely off base with this. Listen, Kyle Schwarber has fought his way into the MVP conversation.
Absolutely.
That's the type of tear he's been on since the All-Star break, right? And every once in a while, there's a special season that comes along, and they have to be judged on that merit alone. And that's why a guy like Shohei continues to win MVPs, because he gives you special seasons. Now, this year, the season for him doesn't seem as special. And he's had some big home run years. We know he's won MVP in both leagues. But if I'm looking at anybody else in the National League right now, who else would I rather have be the MVP? Who is more deserving of the MVP than Kyle Schwarber? He has put this offense on its back, a team that doesn't have virtually any power. Well, now Bryce is on his way back, so his power surge is starting to get there. And I know Rob Thompson said this last night. I didn't even realize this. They lead the major leagues in home runs since the All-Star break.
They do.
How about that?
With Max Kepler in there every day.
Yeah.
With Max. I'm getting to him.
Yeah.
Because, quite frankly, Kyle Schwarber sitting on the bench doing defense or Kepler being out there doesn't matter.
Well, of course it matters. But
it does not matter.
But of course it matters.
Kyle Schwarber playing left field wouldn't make him any more valuable.
Of course it would, because of course it would, because then you'd be able to go and get yourself a DH, like him playing a position.
But he's super valuable as a DH.
Yeah. As a DH, but a DH can only be so valuable.
But he's affecting so many games with what he's doing as a player.
There's no way you can watch Kyle Schwarber this year and say that he is not an MVP candidate.
I'm saying he's not an MVP candidate because he doesn't play in the field. But
that's a ridiculous reason.
But it's not ridiculous.
No, it is ridiculous because MVPs have been awarded to guys who were DHs.
And those people were wrong.
No, they weren't wrong.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't wrong.
If Shohei Ohtani wins an MVP as a DH but is also pitching every fifth day, that is different. I'm fine with Ohtani getting it if he's pitching every fifth day.
So who deserved the MVP more than Ohtani last year?
Lindor. He played out of this world defense and was the most important hitter on the team. And he's actually playing in the field. Kyle Schwarber is such a negative in the field, they can't even put him out there.
Sure.
Like he's a great
he's
hitter.
Such a negative in the field.
Well, if he was capable of playing every day in the field, he would play every day in the field. That's the truth. This is where it. Look, I'm glad they have a place for Kyle Schwarber. I'm glad that he's on the Phillies. I'm glad that they have the opportunity. I'm glad that he's having the great season he is.
He's the best player on the team this year. He's the most valuable player on the team this year.
That's fine. He's not the most valuable player in the league. And by the way,
because that may go to Ohtani.
And by the way,
he's just doing the same thing.
And he should not win most valuable player either. I don't think either of them should win most valuable player. I think in baseball, you should have to play the field to win most valuable player. Is most valuable player, not most valuable hitter. If they have some offensive player of the year award, they can give that to him the same way they do in football.
Why do they give the MVP to quarterbacks? They only play half the time.
Well, stop it. By the way, it's the same reason they don't give it to pitchers. It's the same reason they don't give it to pitchers.
Well, because they have their own MVP award.
Well, okay, if you want to do Offensive Player of the Year, you could give that to Schwarber. I just don't think you can give him MVP if he's not playing in the field.
If they had an Offensive Player of the Year award, then they could give it to him. As it is, they don't have an Offensive Player of the Year award. They have an MVP Player of the Year, and that's why guys like Ohtani and guys who hit home runs, because let me tell you this, as much as we like to rant and rave about defense, it depends on what position you're playing as to how much your defense actually matters.
The fact that
Kepler hasn't cost us a game out there. Who's cost us a game out there in left field?
But it's not about that. It's about.
Well, it's telling me how important it would be.
Yes,
for
it
Schwarber.
is.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's telling me how important it would be for him to play left field to validate him being an MVP. And what I'm saying is how much play in left field this year has contributed or cost the Phillies game.
Here is the point. The point is
there's none.
Yeah, you're not. If you don't want me to answer, I won't answer. I'll just sit here. Well, here's my answer. If Kyle Schwarber could play everyday left field, you wouldn't even need Max Kepler to be. Yes, it is.
Not the point about him playing.
Yes,
it's about
it is.
How important.
Yes. And I'm explaining how important it is.
It's not.
If it wasn't, they would put him in left field and they would go get a DH.
No,
if it was because what they could have done would have been put Kyle Schwarber in left field, go trade for Eugenio Suarez, let him be DH. But the fact is that it's important enough to not let him play there.
And it's not important enough that it should keep him from winning the MVP.
I think it is.
Because what he brings to the table is worth more. It's more valuable, regardless if he's playing left field or not.
Okay.
If you want to tell me a shortstop is important in defense, any other infield position is important, okay, center field, okay. I'm not going left field.
It's still more important than not playing at all.
We won a World Series with Kyle Schwarber out there playing left. I mean, not one World Series. Got to the World Series. You're right. Yeah. Got to the World Series with Kyle Schwarber out there playing left field. By the way, also got to and won the World Series with Pat Burrell out there playing left field, who has cement in his shoes as well. So again,
that's not the point.
No, it is. It's the point.
Not my point.
Well, I know that's not your point because we know where your vote would go. I'm telling you, as if I had a vote, this would be my point. point that doesn't matter to me as much. Him playing defense in left field is what matters to me, what he's doing at the plate.
Do you think it's easier to go up at the plate 4 times a game when you don't have to play defense? Do you think it is easier for Kyle Schwarber to hit?
To play left field?
No. What's easier? Kyle Schwarber being DH?
I don't think it matters.
I think it does.
I don't.
All right. 215-592-9494. Should a DH win the MVP? Do you support Kyle Schwarber's MVP campaign? We do have a next question today.
I don't have this slander today.
It is this. It's not slander.
Oh, it's slander.
It's
slander.
I have a coherent moral code.
Right.
We do have a next question today. The same one as yesterday. Do you want to be in our fantasy football league?
It's a big question.
So we have 9 open slots. Now we have 8 open slots because we gave yesterday we gave one away.
Tony already called in. He said, I can't wait to beat all your asses in fantasy.
Yes.
And I said, I don't care.
Yeah, we picked a very confident guy yesterday. So for next question day, if you want to be in the fantasy football league, you just have to sell us on why you should be in the league. However you choose to do that, the only requirement is you set your lineup every week and you're able to join us for the draft, which will be August 22nd at 6 p.m.
Nice.
Right? Okay, 215.
And be entertaining.
Well, that's a plus. However you choose to sell it. Some people try to sell it as, I'm the best fantasy player ever. Got news for you. I want to win. So you being a great fantasy player isn't a great sell for me.